You've tuned into The Mountain Gardener with your host, Ken Lain. Gardening, it can be challenging, but with these simple insider tips, you'll reap huge rewards. Now, let's tune into today's Mountain Gardener with Ken and Lisa. There is still plenty of time to get your fall plants ready for their show. First of all, the best flowers are end of September through October. I mean, the best roses, the best, just they're over the top. In fact, you should probably deadhead your roses, fertilize them, and they'll pop right back into full bloom. The best flowers are this time of year because it's so cool. They hold their flowers so much longer than when they are in the summer. In the spring, they get bugs, so thrip and aphids are out. In the summer, it's hot, but in the fall, we don't have the bug pressure and it's nice and cool. So plants bloom longer, bigger flowers, more flowers. You can really juice the flower gardens this time of year just by picking off the old spent flowers and then fertilizing them and watch them pop. And you're going to fertilize them with the 744 all-purpose plant food. It's going to make them pop. It's got to lower the pH, bring out the colors and the fragrance because it's got the bird guano that makes them kind of grow some. It's got the cottonseed meal that makes them bloom bigger. So that's your stuff. If it's in a container garden is a little different. Containers, you're fertilizing more regularly because they drain so fast. There, I use the flower power. It's a water soluble. It's got one scoop per gallon. And I'll fertilize my container gardens every other week. And it just makes them bloom like crazy. It's 48% phosphorus. That's that middle number, 48%. It's as high as I could go and still keep that phosphorus liquid. After that, it starts to kind of coagulate, kind of settle in the bottom. But 48%, it's available to that plant like now. So if you want bigger flowers, more tomatoes, that middle number also produces fruits, more peppers, more cucumbers, more. If you want more flowers and fruits, give it that flower power every other week or so. Oh, it just really makes a difference. Keep pushing them. Push those plants through the end of this month, actually, and you can get actually more color. For those plants that are a little yellow, a little off, shrubs, I'm thinking amber maples, chase trees, aspens, maples. If they aren't a deep, just rich green, you should be adjusting those right now with the same thing. Fertilize them. And what I would do with your bigger plants, because that's usually a pH thing, I would give them some soil sulfur as well. Soil sulfur it makes things more acidic. And everything likes more acidity here in the mountains of Arizona because our ground is just so alkaline. It's so opposite of what they really want. They want more acidic. And they're just being delivered all the time. Your water is very alkaline. It's because we have all this ash in our soil. So, Thumb Butte is an old volcano core. All the ash that was around that volcano core is now settling. Well, now we're gardening in that. Glassford Hills, that's an old volcano. All the ash, we're now gardening in that. In all of our water's coming up through all that ash, and it taints the soil, the water. It makes it very alkaline. You're going to want to try to compensate for that every time you fertilize. It's a game changer. But you should really encourage bright green or rich green. You want green. And if the foliage is green, when it does turn into fall, so the end of this month, October, really, it'll really enrich the bright reds, the bright purples, the rich oranges, the aspen golds. It'll bring out that color that you really want out of that fall garden. It'll make your flowers bloom better. Your pansies and echinaceas and gaillardias and all your bulbs will make them, your dahlias can be brighter, bigger, better when the soil is more acidic. And the way you do that, when you're fertilizing at the same time, add soil sulfur, especially if the plants aren't a rich green. Now, some of you've corrected that. Once you get it corrected, you're just consistent with the fertilizer. There's some soil sulfur in the fertilizer I make, that 744 all-purpose food. There's some in there. And once you get it green, you can just stabilize. Once you get it stabilized, just keep consistent with that food, and that'll be enough. You won't have to use soil sulfur nearly as often. I basically only use sulfur in the spring, and that's it. But I've corrected, so my plants look really healthy. I mean, it's gonna be the best fall reds that I've seen in years. They just look really good. They've had some real rich growth on the foliage. An insider tip for your evergreens: you do they've got a aluminum sulfate. It's sulfur with aluminum. If you give them that will bring out that rich silver bloom, and it just makes your deodar cedars they'll be blue, not green, with that yellow hue. It'll be blue with a green hue. It's a game changer. Your Colorado spruce will be silvery blue because it's picking up that aluminum. You're lowering the pH and it's picking up the aluminum at the same time, and it just coats the foliage with this bright aluminum, kind of platinum colored. It just really is striking. You can really play with. It's fun as a gardener to play with the chemistry and the fertilizers of the plants to really bring out the most health, the most beauty out of those plants. Water's garden companion plants for September are pampas grass, honeysuckle, raywood ash, and lacy blue Russian sage.
Lacy blue Russian sage is a Water's preferred perennial for its compact form that doesn't flop over in the landscape like others.
The spiky blue flowers bloom summer through fall with aromatic foliage detestable to all animals.
Simply stunning at the edge of dry stream beds mixed with wildflowers.
Shop in-store or online at watersgardencenter.com. For a more fruitful garden, increased success in the landscape that just feels better, then tune in daily to the Mountain Gardener podcast. Subscribe through your favorite podcast streamer or visit watersgardencenter.com. Better yet, visit me directly right here at Waters Garden Center. Thanks for tuning in.